Hello and welcome to Best of the Worst, a celebration of the very best of the very bad. We'll be looking at everything from the worst inventions to the worst thing to happen to a streaker. Not to mention this, the worst mistake to make at a mafia wedding. So let's welcome our guest this week on David Mitchell's team, comedian Rob Rouse.
Hello.
And with Johnny Vaughan tonight, TV presenter Jane Middlemiss. Round one is Pick the Worst, in which both teams try to pick the worst from a number of options. Once they've made their choices, the audience votes, and the team the audience agrees with gets the points. Tonight we're picking the worst diet, and our contenders are fast food, fresh air, a car, and human flesh.
That's the Uruguayan rugby team. They crashed a plane on the Andes and they ended up eating their dead mates.
That's right.
What's quite odd to me is that fella just crouching down appears to be slathering as if he knows somehow the plane's going to crash.
It just must be a really odd thing, tucking into a mate. Especially when you get to, like, his tattoo.
Is odd the word? This is odd, isn't it? This is slice of Gary's knee. I would describe this experience as an odd experience.
I read a book recently about cannibalism, but apparently the tastiest part of a human is that little bit there on the fingers. Although it really feels weird when you pick up a hand and eat it.
Yeah. If anybody here is ever in the position of having to pick up a hand to eat it, they can assuage that feeling of oddness with the knowledge that it is going to be delicious. These are to die for.
How long before they decided they would start eating their dead?
A couple of hours?
2 weeks.
No.
It was 15
10 days.
10 days?
I was
10
in a
days.
lift recently. It was about... We were chatting for 20 minutes.
Sure.
And already I was looking round.
What did the Uruguayan rugby team drink while they were on the man?
Piss.
Piss. That's absolutely right, yes.
I've got to tell you, if you are going to drink piss, what you do is you put it in the bottle, you let it settle for 5 minutes. That's what they do in survival packs. They have a special bottle, so it settles, and you can get a bit of...
Could you get, like, a piss cafetiere? You can plunge to make sure all the bits go down.
You could, Dave. It'd be quite a niche product.
After crashing in the Andes, a Uruguayan rugby team had to eat their dead teammates to survive, although one rugby player refused to eat an entire body as he had a nut allergy.
And also, this guy at the bottom here, that's Monsieur Mange too.
Exactly.
And it's claimed he ate a plane.
But how does he? Presumably, he just cuts the plane up into tiny little bits that just go through his system and come out the other end pretty much undamaged.
Yeah, you want to impress me? Eat a man.
Yes. Eat a man covered in metal. Eat Jimmy Savile.
Eat something in armour.
Yeah.
So, in fact, actually, if you think about it, yes, it's quite possible that someone could do that. And the only thing that's at all amazing is that someone has been idiotic enough to bother. If, however, he just walks up to a plane and his mouth opens weirdly, like a sort of snake, plane-shaping neck goes down, and that's, you know, he's set up for a month, then fair enough. But I don't think that's the way he does it. I think it's hundreds of tiny bits of metal going through his system, coming out the other end unharmed. And that is the act of well, at best, a wanker.
There is, of course, also a Madame Mange too, or Vanessa Feltz, as she's better known. This is the controversial guru of breatharianism, Australian Ellen Grieve, who claims she can live entirely on air and light.
I bet she
The thing is, well,
I'd like to see
basically, we know you can't live off air and light. That's been scientifically proven. We're not 100% there isn't a dinosaur in Loch Ness, but we know you can't live off air and light. So, she's a liar. She's just wasting our time lying, and she should be told not to lie, to tell the truth, and to fuck off.
Exactly right.
What evidence is there that the breatharian diet is far from healthy?
You starve to death from it.
Yeah, at least 3 people have died from it.
Can I just, like, point out that she's pretending that she's in some sort of yoga position. She ain't. She's just got her legs crossed. She's not even in a lotus position. And what she's doing with her hands is wrong as well.
Tell you what she's doing with her hand. She's got a snack egg in each hand.
Can I just say, the guy with the burger, as someone who's losing his hair, that is such a waste of hair. Do you know what? If you've got hair, more and more I see tramps with hair, and I think, you don't need that hair. I do. Why is your hair so thick? Dave's got wonderfully thick hair. Yes, he chooses to style it like the Fuhrer. It's a waste waste of thick hair. Is this the guy who lived on McDonald's?
He's a guy called Don Gorska, whose claim to fame is that he has eaten 20,000 Big Macs in his lifetime.
Look at his hair now!
Do you know, it's really flyaway as well. Bastard!
What did he do in a McDonald's parking lot?
A massive shit.
No, Don Gorska proposed to his wife in the parking lot at McDonald's.
Classy.
Oh, that's changed everything. That's lovely.
Tender moment as he slipped the onion ring over her finger.
Did she say yes, or did she say, get a life, you loser?
No, he said yes, his
Fuck
wife.
off!
Do you know what? It's a great thing in a Geordie accent, isn't it? It's a gift to the world.
There's that fella who does the voiceovers on Big Brother as well, who they take the piss out of just by giving him 8s and 0s in the phone numbers, isn't it? Kind of, vote for Pete, dial,
Any other diets we might have included?
Those two Germans
Yes.
who that cannibal arrangement on the internet. That man who ate his own knob.
Yeah.
Flambéed by the other guy.
Fried up in front of him
yeah.
by the other guy. And it was tough. He didn't like it.
Yeah, the thing is, to be fair to him, he probably overcooked it. If you're cooking knob, you just literally 10, 15 seconds either side. It's like a scallop.
I'm guessing there are essentially two bits to the knob, aren't there, in terms of
Well,
how
you've
you
got
cook
one.
it?
Don't guess.
I'm guessing in terms of cooking.
I think you're quite familiar.
So, yes, which is the worst? Which one gets your vote, Dave and Rob?
Essentially, of these 4 weird eating scenarios, 3 of them are led by publicity-seeking bastards. And the other one is just a poor bunch of people who ended up on a mountain starving.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be Mr. Mange 2, the guy that eats metal. That's definitely the worst out of those.
I think the cannibals, all right, they had to do it because they were starving, but that's got to be the worst diet.
I know how to bring the audience round on this one. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Fact is, audience, and I know you're going to vote with me on this, is that we joke about it, yeah, but these people have eaten their friends, yeah, their mates. And when you look at
Johnny,
each other...
do
Dave,
you want a
wait.
spotlight for this
No,
bit?
I'm just saying... just
Howard
saying...
Hughes.
Dave, let's just get off the train to Laughterville and let's stand on the platform of seriousness just for a second. But there is a serious point here, and that point is these people ate their friends in miserable circumstances.
Can I make another point? They had to eat them raw.
Yeah, and they had to eat them raw. And you're eating your mate, and you're having a laugh with him on the plane. Now he's there, and he's dead, and you've got a knife, and you're going to eat him.
I ordered vegetarian.
To score your points, the audience needs to agree with you, but let's see what they say. So, audience, vote now.
And I think they'll go with us on this, because they like their friends. They strike me as a very people.
OK, so I can tell you now, the worst diet is the car.
Oh, hang on, Dave. Well done. Oh, really?
Big one.
I'd like to thank you for standing up for good sense in the face of a horrific piece of daytime drama from Johnny Moore.
Now it's time for the best of the worst bottom 5. This week, a rundown of the very worst inventions dreamt up by the human brain. We show the teams a picture. They have to guess what inspired invention is being illustrated. At number 5, we have the inventor Franz Reichelt. But what invention is he proudly showing off?
It's not a lavatory that you can walk around in, is it?
Oh, it is as well. It's a lavatory, it is.
Is it a Victorian method of sneaking extra goths into Jesus and Mary Chain concerts? Because they never bring enough... They never have any money on them, do they, goths?
As your teammate, I owe you the respect of asking why the Victorians would need to invent any such thing.
Oh, have I got the era wrong?
Nearly 100 years before this band existed.
Is that the Victorian era? My history's not
you said,
particularly good.
is it something the Victorians developed to stop goths getting, or to help goths getting into Jesus and Mary Chain concerts? And I'd say, as a historian, that that's unlikely. Or, at best, remarkably prescient of the Victorians.
This is an overcoat that was designed to double up as a parachute.
Oh, how weird.
Wow. Anyone like to guess what happened when he tested it from the top of the Eiffel Tower in 1912?
He died.
He plummeted straight to his death. His parachute overcoat was a total failure, though thankfully he was wearing another of his inventions, the trouser coffin. At number 4 in the list of worst inventions, what's this
It's a
device
Flowbee.
for? Yes.
We've all got a Flowbee.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's all clogged.
Yeah.
It's for beekeeping, actually. It's flow bees. It's to keep the flow of bees steady. You must have had that on a hot summer's day. You think these bees are so irregular. I'd like a regular stream of bees ruining my picnic. And this is to ensure you get about one every 20 seconds. Just comes through.
Here's a clue.
It cuts his hair. It styles his hair. It's a hairdryer that styles his hair without a hairdresser.
I think I'll give that to Jane.
Yes,
Yep.
Jane.
It's the Flowbee Super Mini-Vac haircutter. At number 3, which invention is pictured here?
That's for carrying soup. It's for carrying large amounts of soup into
Dave,
battle.
do you know what it is?
Yeah.
It's for thrash metal fans to sneak into Glastonbury.
It is the first ever steam motor car, as invented in 1769 by French engineer Joseph Cugnot. This is, in fact, the first ever car accident, which featured on the popular show Police Engraving Action. At number 2 in our list of worst inventions, what invention is depicted here?
Is it a car seat that, on impact, it saves your life?
No.
Is it a car seat that, when on impact, it finishes you off?
No, it's an aircraft seat. It's an aircraft seat that makes you adopt the crash position automatically.
In a roundabout kind of a way, it does.
Oh!
It is, in fact, an airplane hijacker injector. All the cabin crew have to do to render a would-be hijacker unconscious is inject them via a syringe fitted in their seat. There is an EasyJet version of this device where a heavy bag just drops out of the overhead locker.
Alexander, sorry.
Yeah.
I've just been away this week, yeah? I think, you know that question, did you pack your own bags? I'm not sure that's the best way to weed out terrorists.
Not really.
Did you pack your own bags? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
With a bomb. Did anyone give you a parcel? Even if they did, you're not going to say, because it's such a...
Also, what about, you know, around Christmas, a lot of people are given parcels quite innocently.
Yes. Do you know what's in them? No, I don't, and I won't till the 25th.
Yeah, I can't open it yet.
I've given them a squeeze
Yes,
while I was waiting.
My aunt gave me a parcel. Open it now. No, I will not open it now. Open it now. No. Crying, ripping aside. Save the paper. Save the paper. Also, what do they type when you check in at an airline and you go in and say, yeah, I booked. It's my name. Yeah, I want to go on the plane. Yeah, OK, that's fine.
Dear Mum.
What are they typing?
Dear Mum.
He has... Dear person who is flying the plane, it's me here, down on the front cockpit. Yes, one of the passengers has arrived. His name is David Mitchell, and yes, it is still his intention to get on the plane, so would that be OK? Hope you're well. It's a lovely day for flying.
And at number 1, what's this canine invention?
It's a dog.
That's a St Barry corgi, and when people up a mountain, when they're skiing, get bad breath, they send out a St Barry, and it's got a little packet of mints.
Okay, now here's a clue.
It makes them bark.
No.
If you want the dog to bark, you give it a little electric shock and it
To
barks.
stop them barking. It's to stop them barking.
It drives the dog insane.
It's to change the tone of their bark to make it more operatic.
Is it dogs who've lost their voice box because they've had some sort
dog. You must stay away from the house, please. Stop.
You're very nearly there.
You are getting too near my owner. Please go away.
It is a device called the Biolingual, a Japanese device which translates what your dog is saying to you.
That's not possible! That's like the air diet.
The Biolingual can translate up to 200 phrases, though the most popular are, can I have some water, please? Can I have a walk, please? And would you mind awfully if I rogered your leg? So let's take a look at the scores, and at this point, neither team is the worst, so still plenty to play for in part 2. See you in a minute. Welcome back to Best of the Worst, and it's time to ask which ends the worst. 2 video clips, just 1 question, which is going to end in the worst way. We start with some football action, and if you don't want to feel slightly queasy, look away now.
I think he gets tangled up in one of those fences on the side, and it really ends horribly, I think. No, seriously, I mean, look, I still wouldn't show it. There's loads of streakers. It's very rare you see a close-up of a streaker, normally they pan away. You know, like when they show hooligan activity on the terrace, they always sort of pan away when it's exactly what you want to see. And they're going, well, these are terrible scenes here. You think, well, show us these terrible scenes so I can judge this terribleness for myself.
Yeah, and they say it with that sort of slightly lustful voice.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
This
is disgusting.
And then they do the other
this sort of disgraceful behaviour.
And the next thing they always say is, these are mindless animals. They're absolutely mindless. The next thing they'll go is someone goes, these are highly organised... highly organised, mindless animals.
Well, ants.
Yeah, well...
OK, here comes the second clip, and it is from Poland.
Oh, OK. It's East Europe, it involves a bear and a guy in some kind of martial arts gear. This can't be good.
This
cannot be good.
It's got to get
Can
messy.
judo beat a bear?
He looks like...
Yeah.
I love this bear. He doesn't do anything wrong. Seriously, you can stroke him, you can stroke him, and you can't.
I'm not an expert in bear-human interaction, but generally the humans don't tend to win, I'd imagine.
Oh, come off it. The humans are winning.
Well,
there aren't any bears marching outside a palace with human skin hats.
No, we
Come on. Overall, we're winning.
Good point, Mr Mitchell.
Right, now it's decision time. It's which ends the worst, so which of these two clips is going to end the worst? Johnny's team?
Easily the bear one. There's no doubt about it, because it's got a muzzle. You don't muzzle something unless...
It's a wild animal,
if it's
Johnny.
unmuzzled, something bad happens. It doesn't matter how much judo kit you put on.
You're going with the bear.
You're not going to beat the power of claw and jaw.
David's team.
Well, I think there's a lot more potential for problems with the bear one. I don't think this is a time when you want to go for the less obvious answer.
OK, well, let's see what happens, starting with this one.
What a move. What a great move by the bee.
Why did the bee take him out? Why has he done that? Why does he feel that?
Yes!
I'm the bee! I hope the naked guy decks him. Truly, I am law.
Good on you, Bertie.
We've made a society where just being naked as we were born is somehow weird, but being dressed as a bee is positively commendable.
Prior to being tackled, the streaker made this gesture towards the Preston fans and learnt to his cost that their mascot is Randy the donkey. So, did something worse happen with the bear?
This is going to go so tits up.
Oh, my God.
Is it?
Just a shoe left.
Yeah, go on, do a karate move, mate. Do some of your karate.
Ippon.
Looks like that karate's really working down. Oh, yes, use the stick once.
She's still in there?
She's still in
That's someone else. That's someone else.
She's turned into a blob.
Look at that judo move. Gosh, how effective.
Now, the two men are fighting now.
Thank God there was a ninja there.
Oh, my God.
Again. Do you want to see it again? Of course you do. They don't want comedy. They just want to see humans being eaten.
This is my day to meet the bear. I like bears.
Just turn so quickly once.
I like bears, but bears don't like me.
You bitch.
If ever
Patronise me, I'm steaming in there. Look at that.
that bear looked round and immediately decided, if ever in my life I've seen a terrible bitch.
You spiteful cow.
I've seen you in my night.
Look at the guy with the stick.
If there was an award for the most ineffective contribution ever
Bear attack.
to subduing a bear, I would say man with stick
Just look.
would win that prize.
OK, let's have a quick look at the man with the stick.
Okay, look at the stick. It comes out. Look. Whack.
Incidentally, that woman has since stood down as head of the Save the Bear campaign. So clearly the bear clip ended worse on the obvious grounds that, on the whole, it's more dangerous to be attacked by a bear than a man from Burnley dressed as a bee. So at the end of that round, the points go to both teams.
Hey.
Well done, us.
All to play for now as we turn to the wall of worst, our final quick-fire buzzer round, 1 point per question, so fingers on the buzzers, and we start with worst luck. What's this?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fair enough.
I have to do the buzzer.
Aye, I was.
Worst luck.
He was showing you how to do the buzzer. Haven't you been on the course?
Worst luck. What's this Somerset woman angry about?
I think that maybe she's trying to reason with a giant who's trying to break up with her.
I think she's complaining about what's round. She's like, it's like the messiest beach in the world, or this used to be my house and now it's just some bags and some tubes.
Yeah, I think I might give you that one.
Oh.
A lorry crashed outside her house, tipping 44 tons of rotting food, rubble and household waste into her front garden. If you're wondering how long it would take to clear up 44 tons of rubbish, council workers took 6 hours. So about an hour. Worst theory. What theory have these monkeys been working on?
I just think it's something as simple as they're trying to get in the fruit, Alexander. Is that what it is?
A computer was put in their cage to see if they would type any Shakespeare.
It's supposed to be an infinite number of monkeys, not 3.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say we need an infinite number of monkeys. We can't quite run to an infinite number of monkeys. Oh, maybe that's not a problem.
Yeah.
How many have you got? Have you got quite a lot? Yes, I suppose it depends how many you think quite a lot of monkeys. Well, tell you what, just tell me the number you've got. 3. Oh. Because I was thinking, if it was 48 billion, maybe that's closer to the mark.
What actually happened?
Nothing. They had an orange, and they all bounded off, and then they threw shit at a load of school kids.
In 1 month, they typed 5 pages, including this.
There's quite a lot of order to it. Yeah. It's actually the beginning of an Alan Ayckbourn play.
Yeah.
The monkeys failed to write any Shakespeare on the computer, although they did manage to invest heavily in a Nigerian business opportunity. Worst book. What is this novel by Saddam Hussein titled?
Love in Baghdad.
No, it's not.
5 Go Mad in Basra.
It's called Get Out of Here, Curse You.
That's a warm title, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd like to go to a signing.
The translator said, I really think this book should be made into a musical. Poor old Saddam, the last thing he wants is a phone call from Ben Elton. Worst line. What's wrong with the way this white line has been painted?
You haven't seen all the line there. I think this is a line that doesn't it swerve round a bit of roadkill?
I think I'll give you that. It doesn't actually swerve around it, but it's in Georgia, USA, and here's a picture of it. Investigating the death, wildlife police drew a white outline around the armadillo and squashed another one. Worst cheat. What did Rosie Ruiz do in the Boston Marathon? Johnny's team.
She waited round the corner and sort of didn't run it at all and then just did the end bit.
Absolutely right.
Jane, you are so
Absolutely
good.
right. How did she qualify for the Boston Marathon? By cheating in the New York Marathon. She caught the Manhattan subway, apparently. She tried the same trick at the London Marathon and came in last by 5 hours. And at the end of that round, let's take a look at the final scores. This week's winners are Johnny and Jane, but this week's worst team are David and Rob.
Well done, David.
That means we win, because it's about the best of it, the worst, isn't it? No,
Our thanks then to Johnny and Jane, David and Rob, and there's just time for this, the worst sight for a public toilet attendant in New Delhi. You've been watching Best of the Worst. Good night.
Zap over to E4 shortly if you're in the mood for a movie with Mike Myers as defrosted sex on legs Austin Powers International Man of Mystery. Next here on Channel 4 Friday night, Get Well Welsh. Charlotte Church is coming up to clue you in on her very first show.